Well, after a marathon 3 days, I did finish the bio last night. The 660 pages is kind of not true. It's really about 610 or 20. The last 40 or 50 pages are, all kinds of after matter that you're not going to pay any attention to, indexes and lists of, of things that you're not going to be interested in. So still a very, very long book, but I did finish, and I'll give you a short report later in this particular episode, and then probably do a full report later today. The markets seem reluctantly down so far this morning, with Tesla Tesla slightly up. I think the auto strike is probably the overhang on the market this morning, because there's really nothing else out there that's causing it to go down. Tesla stands to gain from the strike, but so far this morning it's only barely up. But maybe, who knows where? Well, I'll give you some suggestions later. 300 is definitely in view. So when does it get to 300? This is Randy Kirk. Please hit like and subscribe and notify. I've got Larry later today. We do the Good News Week in Review every Friday night. Well, almost every Friday night. I do it every Friday night. Sometimes Larry shows up, and he's on the road, though, traveling all across the country. I'm sure he'll have some very interesting things to tell us today. And then, of course, I will mention something later today, because I am making a lot of money. This is helping to make the channel more successful. This is making it well worth my time. So if you would like to help contribute to the channel and have the coolest magnet ever, and just amaze your friends, and I'll talk to you more about that later. Okay. A report today suggested 4 reasons that the market is poised to go higher the rest of the year. You know that there's an old saw that says if the market goes up during January, and if the market goes up during the first, I forget, quarter, I think is how the old saw works, then it's probably going to go up for the year, and then the fourth quarter is going to be great. Anyway, that is one reason, but that's not the reasons in the report. The reasons in the report: bond price action is tepid, very tepid. Even though it's up, there's not a lot of activity. The VIX, which measures volatility in the stock market, is also at kind of a almost historic low. So that means that the stock market is calm. People are calm. People are easygoing. Earnings estimates continue to go higher. So that would be another indication that we would be ending the year higher. The amount of held money in market funds has hit a fresh record of $5.625 trillion. So there's a lot of dry powder out there to help fuel an end of the year market increase. On the other side of the coin, having that much money on the sidelines may mean that people don't want to be in the market, bonds or stocks. Anyway, interesting analysis. I thought that was worth reporting to you. Do you see any reasons on the other side, reasons you think that the market could go much lower or end up lower from here this year? Just a hit on Cathie Wood here a little bit. Cathie Wood has trimmed her Tesla holdings again. Some people are like, oh, she's selling, Tesla stock. And probably that could have had, last week we had that down day, that's $6 down day. Maybe that was Cathie Wood selling. I'm not sure exactly. What we do know is that Cathie Wood sells in order to get her total amount in each fund, each of her funds, down to 10% or closer to 10%. After selling, she is still at 11+% in that fund, which is her highest holding. So she's not losing interest in Tesla. She just feels that she likes to have a balanced fund, and kind of that's her promise to the people who invest in her fund. And by the way, I do have a small position in one or more of Cathie's funds, and sometimes I do get in and out of them, but very tiny amounts. Tesla has set up another bond deal to underwrite leases. This one is substantially bigger than the last one. So they are doing a lot of lease business directly, as opposed to sending it out to third parties. Interesting. Maybe the largest lithium deposit ever in the entire world has been found in a dormant volcano, and it's a huge, massive find. It's here, right here in the United States, up on the Oregon border with, I forget, Idaho. Anyway, I forget. It's bordering on Oregon. That's that much I do remember. But anyway, huge find. It could make the United States lithium independent. It could mean we don't have to rely even on Australia. And it could certainly be a real boon for the new refinery that Tesla is building. The president is already vulnerable on matters of dollar and cents, this article said. Only 36% of those recently polled by the Associated Press, NORC, Center for Public Affairs Research, approve of his handling of the economy. The White House has been pushing back, boasting of supposed economic success, but that has not budged public opinion. Well, you have lingering inflation and rising gasoline prices, so I don't think anybody's going to be convinced that he's doing a great job on the economy when you've got overall price going up at the pump, which is the thing that people see the most. Of course, politics aside, the bigger question is how the eroding dollar affects people's life. Data shows that spending is up on essentials, including housing, transportation, and food, and down in discretionary areas such as entertainment. The relative gloom is expected to continue for the near future, with inflation taking the blame. But in particular, again, it's going to be the inflation at the pump right now. Median 1 and 5 year ahead inflation expectations rose slightly in August, the Federal Reserve Bank said, according to a consumer survey. So people are now getting worried again. Consumers are worried again that prices are going to go back up again. And so you don't like inflationary expectations. But again, I'm telling you, at this point, because you look at the data, it's really all about the pump prices. Year ahead expectations last year show the share of households expecting a worse financial situation in 1 year is now rising. Budgets are pinched by prices that outstrip wages. People feel real distress. Government officials constantly experiment with money, debt spending, energy, and economic matters, indulging trendy theories as if they're playing a game. But these theories fail, and the economic rules reassert themselves. It's human beings who feel the pain at the gas pump and elsewhere. So it continues to surprise me that the administration is not doing anything about gas prices. They seem to be more interested in their base on the green side and not interested in helping people who are feeling the pain at the pump, and in particular, who gets hurt the most, the poor. All right, a couple more reports here. Business inventories held steady in July. I was surprised. I hadn't noticed this before. That reporting is so far behind. That's July. How come in the middle of September they can't be reporting August? Anyway, good news, though, that inventories are holding steady. Better news would be that they were dropping so that manufacturing would pick up. On the other side of the coin, the New York Empire State's manufacturing survey rose to 1.9 in September from a negative 19 in August, and better than the market expected. They were expecting negative 10. Manufacturing activity held steady in New York State, according to the September survey. Labor market indicators went down a little bit, down 2.7, indicating a slight decline in employment levels. Optimism continued to grow as the Future Business Conditions Index rose 26.3, the highest level in more than a year. That's pretty interesting. Import prices increased by 0.5%. That's an overall, that's not New York State. I'm sorry. I didn't indent on that next paragraph. Import prices increased 0.5%, almost 100% due to oil. If you take oil out, import prices were flat. I had a question this morning in my mind. Maybe you'd like to give your opinion on this. If you were running Tesla, which division would you give your most attention to? I mean, Tesla is doing so many big things. Energy storage, you got cars, you got trucks, you got semis, you got Optimus, you got Dojo, you got so many things to think about. Which one would you be giving your most attention to? You can't put your attention equally across so many huge things. So where would you be spending the most of your time? Easy for me. What do you think my answer would be? Oh yeah, Optimus, of course it would. All right. For some reason, the base version of the Model Y has been taken off the configurator today in the United States. No reason given. but it uses 4680s. So maybe they're trying to divert 4680 production 100% over to Cybertruck. At least that's the speculation. Do you have any reason other than that why they would take the Model Y out of the configurator anyway in the United States? I'm sorry, the base version, the 4680 version. This is coming out of Tex-Mex today. I'm sorry, not Tex-Mex. I keep doing that. Out of Gigamex this morning. Tesla is expected to deliver a letter of intent on Friday, September 15th, to formally start the installation and build out of Gigafactory Mexico. On Friday, they will give us the letter, according to the a source. They will tell us, they tell me that nothing can be said until they have the letter that makes it official. Through his personal Instagram, the governor of Nuevo Leon, Samuel Garcia Sepulveda, teased Texaco's move to submit a letter of intent. He invited several Tesla executives and Mexican officials to his home earlier this week. I'm also about to receive the startup of the Gigafactory from Tesla. We are going to start with the whole issue of water. It is treated water from the train and adaptations access to the highway. Sorry, I should have read this ahead of time. I can't understand a word it says. Okay, moving on. China had a surprising increase in retail sales, and that's not good for oil prices, but they are actually off just a bit this morning. But China, is it failing? Is it not failing? Is China in trouble? Is China, anyway, we know that their real estate market's in big trouble, but at least this morning, we're hearing that their retail sales were up more than expected. Let's see. Here's my short review of the Elon Musk bio. The book is well written, obviously, and a very fast read. It's long, long, and it repeats itself a lot. I didn't like that at all. So many repetition of phrases and repetition of stuff he'd already said. Well, that's a repetition. Anyway, over and over. Too much psychobabble about Elon's mental state. But if you want the best, one place, one book, you don't have to go back and read the Lance version of the bio. You don't have to go back and look at the one on the PayPal Mafia. Those are also long books. So if you want one place, get it all done in one place, this is probably the place for you. But for a really deep look at the businesses, believe me, the Elon Musk mission is significant. This is not just Randy. There's 3 other authors in the book, okay? I want to tell you right now, the Elon Musk mission will tell you much more about the details of how the businesses are run, what makes them strong, what they're going to do in the future. Substantially more information like that in the Elon Musk mission. And then as far as Elon Musk, the businessman, the Elon Musk method goes much further into the depths of the things that give him superpowers, the things that really make him effective, and that could make you more effective as well. So I'm sorry, you could get those two, you could get both of them if you join Patreon at the $10 level. You get 2 audiobooks for free. Anyway, what about when do we hit 300? Well, I think we're going to hit 300 without a Cybertruck handover. Oh my. And when the Cybertruck handover takes place, I think we'll go above 300. So we'd be heading towards 350, but then I said that months ago. But yeah, I think we're really just a short distance away from 300 at this point. And I think maybe after the Fed meeting next Wednesday, as long as it's neutral, as long as that Fed meeting is neutral, I think the market will start to move toward the upside again with all that $5.6 trillion. People will start coming off the sidelines a little more, putting it into stocks. And I think we'll see Tesla back at 300. Could it happen this month? Yes, it could. Of course, the Cybertruck announcement is probably going to happen this month. Not the actual handover. The announcement of when the handover is going to take place is probably going to happen later this month. Maybe we'll have an announcement about the Highland 3 refresh for the United States. That could also move. That's probably only worth another 10 points, but everything gets us closer. So where are the markets right now? The markets right now, let's take a look here. We have got, oh my goodness, look at this. The market is now down. The NASDAQ is down. It is down almost a full percentage. S&P down 0.5 point. Dow's only down 0.19, but Tesla is down a full percent. That's a little surprising. $3.69 down to 272. Still well within range of 300. You've got all of the techs down. In fact, most of them are down way worse than Tesla. All of the Kathy Woods are down. Nvidia's down $7. Anyway, yeah, all of a sudden everything's down. Let me look at the other data, see if any of that's affecting it. Okay, we've got Bitcoin down 26.4. It's still higher than it was a couple of days ago. We've got the dollar still pretty good, well, way at the top of its recent range. We've got gold up again this morning. That's interesting, strongly, 1946. We've got oil only down 11 cents at this point. I think oil ends up being higher today and higher next week. I think it's just going to keep going until it gets to 100. But you've got Texas Intermediate at $90 even, roughly. And then you got bonds. Okay, there you go. This is probably why the market is. So you got the Treasury, the 10-year at 4.338, headed higher. You've got the 2-month at still not over 5.5 though, 5.431, and you've got the 2-year above 5% again. So anyway, that's probably why the market is down. The strike is probably part of the reason, and the fact that the bond market is going back up again. So those are not good things. Anyway, be sure to join me again later today. I'll probably do that longer review of the book. And then at around 4 o'clock, we'll have Larry and I regaling you. You know, Larry's, everybody just says they love Larry because they love the depth of his understanding of markets and depth of his understanding of he's had businesses in South Africa, businesses in London, businesses in the United States, and is a venture capitalist now with money in startups. He has a lot of depth of understanding. So join us around 4 o'clock. We'll be recording that around 1 o'clock, but I'm going to put it up around 4 o'clock. All right. You know you want one, so why haven't you bought one yet? It's only $25. Oh, I know. You're saving up your money so you can buy 4, right? You want one for the cabin. You want one for the RV. You definitely got to have one for the boat. Anywhere you go that you've got the brewskis sitting there in bottles, right? Now, maybe you like your brewskis in cans, and so never mind, but it would still look great on your refrigerator, or you could put it in a shadow box. You could use it just as a decorative item. I mean, it is the same thickness as the Cybertruck. You know this, right? I mean, this is a heavy duty thing. It weighs 9 ounces. It is like really, really, it's got a great mega magnet on the back. So if you're putting it on your refrigerator, you can put paper underneath it. It will hold those papers and it'll hold them strong. It's a really, really great magnet. Comes, of course, also in the camo, and about half of you now forget to tell me which. Okay, not quite half. A bunch of you say, yeah, I want 5 of these. And then, nope, no indication of whether camo or regular stainless. So please try to remember to do that. All right, so send your $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lower caps, and then you can get both of them. You want 2 of them? All right, here's how you get 2, and you get it inexpensively. You sign up for PayPal. I mean, not for PayPal, I'm sorry. I'm going to confuse everybody now. You sign up for Patreon, and you get 1 for free at the $10 level. So you have to be at the $10 level, and then you get 1 for free. And then I give you a discount on a second one at $20. That still has to go through PayPal unless you can figure out how to use the one-time donation in Patreon, which is there somehow. But some people can't find it. I understand that. Sometimes I can't find those things either. So anyway, that's how you can get 2 for just $20. All right. Join Patreon at the $10 level, and then additional $20. Now you get 2. You get 1 of each. That would really be fun. You would impress your friends if you had one of these things. Are you kidding me? The next time you have a party and you pull that out to pop the tops on some beers, everybody be like, wow, that's cool. All right, I'm done with you. That's enough. See you next time. It's been great talking to you.